Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Wow. What's up, people? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out in the world? Listen, I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. I'm attempting to, okay? But they trying me, Lord. They trying me, Lord. You know, just life stuff, you know. But I am ready because this was some dumb shit. Do you hear me? All the stuff that went down on Ratchet Reality, which is Black Ink with Chicago and Love and Hip Hop Miami, was some dumb shit. Look at the faces we got here. Okay? Child, we got Phor up here in the corner looking like a dummy. His baby mama looking even dumber, unfortunately. Ray J looking amazed at the situations taking place. Yes, y'all, there's a Ray J in this situation today. Okay? It's all zinny and everything on Love and Hip Hop Miami around Ray J. Okay? Look at Amara the Negra Mama. You know what? Girl, okay? You're tiring us the fuck out. And Flo and Marlon, child, I don't know what in the Rashida and Kirk y'all think y'all have going on here. I don't know, but I swear for God, okay? I swear for God, it's foolishness. It's foolishness. Do you hear me? It's foolishness. It is. I said what I said. Let's start with Black Ink Crew. How y'all doing? Listen. You know, I'm trying. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to get into it. Let me get into it. Okay. Child, let me. All right. I love you guys. Okay. I see y'all. You see me. I see you. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull up the notes. Black Ink Crew Chicago. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Can we get into it? Let's get into it. Okay. So Ryan gives Don the position of events planner for 9 Mag to lighten his load while opening his gym simultaneously. This episode, Don is supposed to be having the grand opening for his gym. He's all about health. He's all about health and helping folks, you know, get their bodies together. And now that he's had like this health thing, you know, this health scare that he had, he really wants to create a space for Black people specifically to get their lives together. Get your life. Okay, before you lose it is the message. All right. Charmaine is inviting Heaven to the shop. You guys, Heaven used to work at the shop last season when Heaven was a little gay man. Okay, at first, because I'm about to call him a boy, you know, because he was just young. But, you know, he was a gay boy then. Now she is a trans woman. She said she put on that wig and hunty. The light went on the insides. And I said, child, if that's how you feel, girl, if that's how you feel, give. Okay. Live and give, my good girl. Okay. She's about to start going through the hormone process. But Charmaine wants her to come and work at the shop. Okay. She says she can do it part-time, but she can't, you know, ain't about to be there all the time because we know how Charmaine don't keep her shit together. So I ain't about to put all my eggs in your bucket, bitch. Okay. I got shit to do. All right. Then we see Phor talking to Ryan and Don about beefing with Nina. And they tell him that he needs to suck it up because she's the one that's pregnant. Thank you so much, Remy, for becoming a patron. Thank you. But he needs to suck it up because she's the one that's carrying the baby on her bladder. And he says he's been doing research on parental rights. He wants to make a custody agreement right now before she has the baby. Don tells him they need to just be friends, okay? He can't tell him what to do, but he needs to just, you know, be friends with the girl. He goes to the studio to record a song. What happened to us? We used to be so happy and in love. I can't remember how the melody is right now, but I have it in my notes. What happened to us? We used to be happy in love. That's how I wrote it in my notes. Next, Nina texts him while he was in the studio and tells him that she's moving out. Okay, he gets home and the movers are moving her things out, and he's like, I didn't think it was gonna happen this fast. What is this? What is going on here? Okay, and he like, so what's the reason that you're trying to move out? And she was like, I haven't heard from you. Before she could get all of the words out of her mouth, he was interrupting her, saying, listen, I ain't about to argue with you, okay? Because I don't want you to get upset, and I'm not trying to get upset, okay? I'm tired of arguing with you, but I love you so much, so I'm not even gonna have you out here looking for a place to stay while you're pregnant with my baby, okay? But you know, I really do want to do what I need to do as a father, you know, and that means, you know, seeing what's going on legally with my parental rights. And then she rolled her eyes, and that's where my screenshot came in. She rolled her eyes. And that's what, because she knows what that means. Okay. She knows what that means. Oh, so you want to try to play like this, not your baby. My husband clocked it immediately and said the nigga just looking for a reason to run from the responsibility. Like, that's what it seems like. Because now all of a sudden you don't know if it's your baby. Now you want to, well, I mean, to be fair, he says he has to give proof of paternity in order to make a paternity agreement ahead of time. I did not know that. I didn't know legally that was required, that if you felt like you was the pappy, you needed to also prove you was the pappy before you could go ahead and get the paperwork put together. This really upset me that he wanted to do this. And I feel like Don and Ryan were trying to tell him, hey, buddy, no, don't do it. It's not a good idea. I know you're upset right now, but she's hormonal. She's pregnant. It'll pass. It's a time period. You have to kind of deal with it because she's having your baby. Like, all of these things have been said to him, and he is still being such a disappointment as a man. Like, your unsteadiness, your instability, your indecision during this time is so like violently abusive to me. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but to me, that's the reason why women really do need to care about who they get pregnant for, because there is this time period where your body is physically being pulled apart to bring life into the world. There's a human inside your fucking vagina, kicking and doing all kind, growing fingernails and just being obnoxious and sucking all of your energy like a fucking leech. It's all this stuff, right? It's all this stuff, and it's beautiful and you want it. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's a physically tiring process. And the reason why people want you to have like someone who you have secured as a partner is because during this time, you're going to need someone that loves you enough to be stable and deal with your emotional whims at that time. You're going to need somebody that's going to constantly be reinforcing that everything is going to be okay, because really, physically, hormonally, your brain is chemically not creating everything it needs to, act accordingly, to act like a normal person. And men, if you're going to be out here getting women pregnant, please do us all the favor of being sure that you're going to support the woman, because what I think Phor is trying to do is separate the child from the mother even before the mother has birth. And even then, that lady gonna be about hurting you over her child. Know this. Know this. After she goes through the labor, the life or death labor of bringing your big head child into the world, look at his shoulders, through her vagina, she's going to be in a space that if you think you're going to come in and take this little person that she's just incubated from her, stab, stab, stab. So just imagine how she probably felt in that moment when he's coming to her about making sure legally he can be able to be a part of his child's life. You know how you start being a part of your child's life? Be there for the pregnant mother. Don't run because it's hard. Don't bitch up because she's upset. Take a deep breath, smoke a joint, okay? Have a drink, do whatever the fuck you need to do. But come home at night to secure the pregnant lady, make her feel comfortable, help her through this process. And if you want to break up with her after, then fine. But you in this bitch assness, y'all. I don't know what else to call it, because it's like indignation, like you have an attitude, but you're punking out of a situation that you're fully involved in. Like, you took part in creating this baby, and now you're looking for every reason to try to back out of it. You're looking for every reason to try to separate the baby from the mother so you don't have to be responsible for her as well, because right now she's difficult to deal with. She's pregnant. You have to secure the pregnant lady, bruh. That's the nigga's main job. Like, that's why you have to provide and protect. The only reason they say that men are supposed to provide and protect, because there's a time period in a woman's life where she is completely open to attack and to risk because she is carrying a child. So you are to protect and provide for her, because during that time, she can only do it for the baby. She can't really do it for herself and the baby. She has to do it for the baby. Everything is for the baby. So you have to protect her and the baby so she can protect the baby. That's how this whole shit started, like mindset wise. So like in actuality, the reason why men are supposed to provide and protect is for that reason and no other reason. No other reason other than the fact that when women are pregnant, they need somebody to provide and protect. And a part of that is not constantly having a woman in limbo of what you are going to do for the child and her because you're so scared and nervous about how tough this is. It's going to get tougher when there's a crying baby involved. And to me, she's probably thinking about, oh my God, I got pregnant for this nigga thinking he was solid, which is her mistake because I don't know how she thought that. And now he can't even deal with me being pregnant. How is he going to be able to deal with me postpartum and a crying baby? He's not. He's going to run off like a bitch. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. He didn't went and Googled or read a few lines from the first list. And nigga didn't go to no court legal aid. I had hopes before. He needed he needed to concentrate on studio instead of raw digging the first kitty cat in his DM. Okay. It's called accountability. Don't care how long. If it were planned, it's irrelevant. Move forward and be responsible for the family you created. And that's the thing. Niggas always feel like because you didn't plan it, that mattered. That is of no consequence at this point. That doesn't matter now. I hate when a man doesn't try and make sure that a woman's pregnancy is the most precious, happy, and enjoyable time in her life. That's one of the most trifling ass shit a man can do. Phor is literally acting like a selfish child. Phor annoys me because he wants this done before the child is born. One way is a blood test of the mother where you find free-floating fetal DNA or come on, scientific aminocentesis, which is more accurate but harmful. So you want her to go through I know what an amniocentesis is. All right. So you want her to go through an amnio so you can get, that's also when they test the baby to see if the baby has any type of abnormalities. If I'm correct. Child, the shit that I learned from movies. But yeah, that's why she was like, nigga, please, if you think I'm about to go through that so you can see if this your baby, boy, bye. You gonna put her at risk? Like, excuse me, but why does he need to get a paternity test? I'm confused. So that he can try to create a agreement amongst them so that she can't keep him from the baby and all of that type of shit. Because see, he's trying to act as if she's going to get upset that he's going to move on and she's going to try to keep the baby from him. Okay, that's what he's scared of. Now that's a real fear because bitches do that. So yeah, he's worried about that. But the problem is he's worried about it at the wrong time. This is not the time to exercise your right as a father. This is not the time for that. This is the time to secure and take care of the mother because she has the baby inside of her. See how that works? But yeah, he's trying to get some type of custodial agreement done before the baby gets here. And it's a way to separate her from the baby so that, she'll start having it in her mind because he doesn't want to say he don't want to be with her exactly. He doesn't want to, I don't know why he doesn't want to say that, but he doesn't want to actually vocalize to her that he doesn't want to be with her. So instead, he's going to try to create some separation between her and the baby while at the same time telling her shit like, I love you so much. Do you? Because it seemed like you don't want to be with the bitch. Common sense, and if so common, I hope Phor is watching. Child, they don't listen to me. Phor has been a bitch. They don't listen to me because my language is too hard for their sensitive capabilities. You're not wrong. A whole bitch, okay? Stressing her out stresses out the baby. Like, he should be so lucky to be as tough as a bitch, okay? How you wait until you're 34 to act like a little boy with no responsibility? Like, that's the thing I don't get. Like, nigga, it's not like you 20-something years old. You're 34. Pull your pussy up and understands this is their first time being pregnant together, and ever so he needs to cut her some slack, just like he would want someone to cut him some slack. Yes. And then every time she said something or opened up her mouth, he interrupted her and cut her off. Every time. I feel like that mama was mad for a reason. She don't know what she's doing just as much as he's clueless. They're both new to this journey called parenthood. This is a beautiful time that uh that parents should be sharing together, no stress. Okay. But that's when two people want the process to be that. You know what I'm saying? When an entire high risk pregnancy alone, nothing like the nigga not being there to wake a bitch up. I never saw so clearly. Like, Lord. Because he done said the pickup line is it really mine? Child. That's gonna make me bust him in the kneecaps. Ryan was trying to explain to him to share with Phor about the mistake he made, but not making Rachel's pregnancy enjoyable. Phor is starting out on the wrong road, wrong motherfucking road, Phor. I'm glad you popped up in my recommendation sub. Thank you, Lacey B. I appreciate you. That's why you're supposed to know who you're having kids with. Y'all see how listen, it could be by circumstance or design. Either way, like I was never rushing to get pregnant. I think he wants to prove the child is not his and he's using custody as an excuse to get a test. Why? So you could run away from just run away from the responsibility for it, because it's gonna end up being your baby. So just run away from the responsibility. Don't try to blame her for it. Don't try to blame her. Just run. Just run like the little bitch that you are. Do what you want to do, but don't try to blame her for it. And that's the thing that annoys me. This act of being genuine, or this act of trying to come off as if you are right in the situation, or you're handling it in the adult way, as if you're actually being mature about the situation. You're not being mature, sir. You're not being mature. Mature men suck it up and go lay their ass on the sofa. That's what mature men do. Anyway, so y'all, Drea gets back to Second City. Nobody's there. There's no supplies. There's no other artists. There's no manager. Kitty comes in, and then Johnny, the new piercer, who is Prince's brother, comes in, and he had people coming in back to back. And Kit had to be receptionist. And she was like, I am not a receptionist. I am a brand manager, not even a regular manager, girl, a brand manager. I said, well, honestly, Kitty, I feel like you need to be the regular manager because they need a regular manager. They don't need a brand manager. We know about the brand. We're aware of the brand. Can you actually be open for business? See, that's the thing that work on my nerves about our people. Let me talk about Black people for a second. Y'all could be mad if all y'all want to, but I've experienced this in real life. Y'all work on my motherfucking nerves, okay? Because y'all always want to barter. Y'all want people to promote y'all. Y'all want, people to come and support your business, support Black business. And then you motherfuckers don't be open during the hours you're supposed to be open. You're not open on the days you're supposed to be open on, okay? And then when people actually do, come and enjoy your business or something like that, y'all handle people fucked up. Charmaine is bad with business. And this is just annoying to me that it's allowed for her to act as if her parents being sick, passing away, being pregnant is a reason to let your business fall to the wayside. It is not. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not. Because life happens anyway, and you still got to pay these bills. You still have to pay these bills. So for her to be up here with this shit, you got this girl showing up to this shop, nothing is there, nothing is prepared, but you want to throw this, I'm a boss shit around. Yeah, being a boss is more than just a moniker. It's more than just a name, okay? Being a boss is actually doing the fucking work, okay? Actually doing the work. The real work that it takes to be a boss, like knowing, actually knowing the codes, knowing what things you have to, you have to be in compliance with as far as the state board. If you're going to be entering your artist and your tattoo shop into conventions, you do need to know certain people to get in contact with certain conventions. You do need to know the paperwork and what's needed and how much it costs and how you're going to pay for it. Like all of the things that Charmaine has seen Ryan do all of those years. And now here you are owning your own shop and you're fucking sucking. You're sucking at it. But you want to pat yourself on the back for being a boss. And I'm just sorry, but that's so unrealistic. That's so much like social media, Instagram, popcorn bullshit that y'all think happens. People be working hard for they shit, y'all. People be grinding hard. People show up in the morning. Like my mom used to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes wouldn't leave until midnight doing hair all day. All day. You want to talk about being a business owner. You want to talk about being a boss. Being a boss is sometimes working more than your employees. And you don't even know how to designate appropriately. Because now you got Drea in here trying to figure out how she can be a manager, how she can help you, when you should have been the one to figure that out. Kitty came to you trying to fill a place up with artists. You want to pick your own artists. Okay, fine. But where are the fucking artists? Where is the manager? Why are we not open at the time we supposed to be open? Like, come on. But at the same time, Charmaine is dealing with the passing of her father. He's not gone yet, but he's on his way out. And he's asked to go and, come back home to Louisiana to stay in his house in Slidell with his sister taking care of him. And that's probably, what's best. And what I did notice about this conversation is that Charmaine is at a place where she's dealing with it better now. When her mom happened, that was a hit to the fucking chest. But now I think she's having the time to deal with her father's death. So it won't be it'll hurt. Don't get me wrong. It's going to hurt. But it's not going to be the hit to the chest that her mom passing was. So I feel like that's at least a blessing in a way. You know what I'm saying? Anytime the pain can be lessened from losing a parent, I always feel like it's a blessing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving away from that, Kitty is still talking to Steven from London. He gets on FaceTime with no shirt on. Child, I don't care. They ain't talking. Like, everybody, a lot of this shit is so fake and stupid. Like, if y'all wasn't going to give us real storylines, don't be sitting up here giving me no fucking video, no. Kitty being a receptionist, sitting at the desk, word, talking to this nigga on FaceTime, word, because they might actually be. Listen, none of it rings true. None of it rings true. All of it's dumb. Now, Charmaine and Don. I told y'all that Don was opening up his tattoo shop, right? I mean, his gym, not his tattoo shop, his gym. And he went down to talk to Charmaine about coming through and supporting because Charmaine is, winning on the radio, WGCI. She does really well. She is doing good for herself on social media during the pandemic. Her radio career really took off for her. I was always saying good for Charmaine. When Charmaine was very persistent about getting that job, I was like, good for you, Charmaine. That's the one thing you can't take away from her. Okay, when she wants something, she gonna go after it. But I don't really think she's putting her best foot forward with this business situation. I feel like it requires too much precision for Charmaine to handle, if you ask me. Okay. But Don is very opportunistic. As much as I like Don is very opportunistic. Don, you sat up there and got on television and led people to believe that Charmaine and Van had sex when you know Charmaine was with Neek. Van was with Jen. Why would you do that? What in the bitch made hell was that, Don? Like, why would you even do that? That's why I say sometimes niggas really be like niggas really be showing they skirt, bruh. All big in the chest, all I'm a father, I'm a man, I'm a husband, and do some bitch ass shit like speak on somebody else's situation that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's not something, I feel like real men should be out here trying to do. It's tell stories about women's vaginas. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that at all. Now, that might have blown over because everything has happened, but this is the first time that Don has gone down to Second City. What's to go down to Second City for? It's not a real business. He knows that. So what are you going down there for? That's not the point. The point is he's going down there to talk to Charmaine because he wants Charmaine to do pub for his gym, especially now that they back on the show. It's all worth it. But do I feel like he really cared about Charmaine as a friend and a sister as he claimed? No, I don't think neither him nor Phor really cared about Charmaine. I think Ryan cared about Charmaine, surprisingly. I don't understand it. But if there's anything I've seen throughout this whole situation, the whole show, is that Charmaine and Ryan have some type of weird brother-sister relationship, almost like Ryan sees her a lot like his sister. And he
loves her and relies on that relationship with her in a way because he sees her as a sister, and because his sister died, that relationship is real. I think he really, once they got back on the good foot, she says he's been very supportive. They have been seen together, and I feel like he's definitely supported her during, her mom passing, now with her dad. To me, is fucked up as Ryan may seem, Ryan is the only one that seems consistent with Charmaine. Whereas Don and Phor have been fucked up towards her for no reason whatsoever. And Ashley not even mad at Charmaine anymore. So I didn't even understand why Don did that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he ever apologized for it, but I felt like it was very messed up. It was a huge amount of bitch assness. And I definitely understood what Neek said. When Neek was like, I don't want you to work with them. I don't want you to be their sister because you don't fuck your sister, but okay. I don't want y'all to have a relationship. And I feel like he's entitled to feel that way. It's not even that I feel like he should be given a choice, because as a woman, she should be able to choose who she's in business with, whether he likes it or not. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think that men give women that same respect. I don't. I feel like if a woman felt like she wasn't comfortable with a situation, a man would still do what he wanted to do because he would view it as business versus personal. Okay. But at the same time, I feel where Neek is coming from. I'm not about to allow you to be friends with somebody who I know really don't mean you well because you too naive to see it. And she is too naive to really see it. I think Neek knows exactly the type of guy that Don is. I think he knows that Don is using Charmaine because Charmaine can be of service to him. And Phor, I think they've all kept the lines of communication open because Charmaine has created a space for herself on a radio that makes her of value to them in a clout business type of way. But I don't think they really care about her, so I don't feel like she should really care about them. And I damn sure don't think that she should ever be pissing her man off for them. Fuck them. If you wanted to throw his business a little shout out on the radio, that's up to you, but you don't have to go. You don't have to go. Honestly, I would keep my distance if I were you. I would keep it cool, but I would keep my distance. Probably the only reason why you would want to show up is because they're on the show and they're trying to get a check. And Neek is gonna understand that because Neek is about that money too. So he's gonna understand that, essentially. But I would never. If somebody fucked over my significant other like that, it would not even be a conversation. Please get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear anything about them because they don't mean you well. They don't mean you well. And I don't know specifically who raised Don and Phor, but as beautiful as they are as men, as good as they can be, there's something flicked as fuck about them. Something flicked as fuck. I don't even know how else to explain it. But they perpetrate like they're good guys. But they do things that I feel like only like bitch ass men do. Like men who are jealous of women, men who don't know how to handle being told no, or they don't know how to handle somebody pressing their ego. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of things. They just don't know how to deal with negative things happening to them or being said to them or anything. And so instead of just swallowing it and, dealing with it, they will act out or do something that in some way is indicative they are out of control of themselves, or that they are being malicious. Like actively malicious to someone who hasn't really done anything to them. And I feel like with Don, he did that to Charmaine. Like at the end of the day, my nigga, you fuck Charmaine on national television. Ashley was going to find out about that, whether Charmaine said something or not. Phor, when you were going through your depression, Charmaine was one of the main people that supported you. And when she went through everything she went through, he never, ever extended himself to her. Never. Because I think ultimately a lot of y'all are misogynistic as fuck. Y'all view women as a position, like you're supposed to be a wife or a mother, but y'all don't really respect women, which is why y'all don't really respect Charmaine. It was cool when you wanted to fuck her. It was cool when she was supporting you and coaxing your ego and patting you on the back when you were crying on the floor. But now, when the tables were turned, y'all all left her out there to dry, regardless to what the relationship was supposed to be. Brother, sister, family, all that shit. That's bullshit to me now. Don may feel differently now that he's older and realizes that life is built off of relationships. And so a lot of, people being successful, they're successful because of their friendships and the ability to not burn bridges with every fucking body. But y'all are fugazi as fuck, Don and Phor, and I wouldn't be able to fuck with y'all. True tea. So anyway, even though y'all are beautiful, I feel like I would use y'all the way y'all use women. I would see you for exactly what you were and nothing more. Dildo, that's all you can be. I ain't even charge you. Let you fuck me for free. You know what I'm saying? And listen, like I said, I like them. I really do. But it just seems fucked up to me. And yeah, I'm with Nick on this one. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna move on to Love and Hip Hop Miami. Before we do that, I'm gonna need for y'all to go ahead and like the video. Okay, sorry you guys. I had to go warm up my coffee. I just had to, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all, Ray J's face. Ray J always makes the best faces. Problematic ass. Nigga, I can't stand him, but I love him. I don't know what it is. I can't stand him, but I love him. Make it stop. Child, that goddamn Rouse's coffee be everything. Thank ya. All right, y'all. Love and Hip Hop Miami. Shall we? Okay. So let's just start off with the shit that don't really matter all that much. So Trina is doing a versus, okay? She's doing a versus with Eve. We were all there, okay? Everybody forgot about Trick. Once again, I'm starting to feel like they're doing this on purpose, okay? I don't know what the issue is. Why do you guys keep forgetting the Trick Daddy of it all, okay? Especially when you need him to perform Nan. Also, how are you sitting on the radio with each other every day, well, y'all was, and not having conversations about major things like verses? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because it doesn't. It doesn't. Trina, you did not mention it to him. It doesn't make sense. Okay, like it's all dumb. It's all stupid. You know what I'm saying? Either way, they go over the set list of songs. She's annoyed. She doesn't want to do a new song, but she ended up doing a new song. It takes her 4 hours to get her beat. Okay, it takes me 4 hours to get my beat. Y'all need to make time for glam and all of this shit. And I'm like, Trina, that's all good and everything, but that's all good and everything. But you know how long it take you to get beat. You know what time you got to beat there. Work that shit out. You know what I'm saying? It sound like to me she want her management to make allowances for her tardiness, and they should do that. But if you are paying these people and they're not doing what you need them to do, then it's time to get a new team. I'm tired of having the same conversation with her. Cole has to go and beg Trick Daddy to come through. He was like, no, because if DMX was still alive, there's no way Eve wouldn't have called him personally to show up and do the song with him. No way. No way. Okay, so he was mad, but then, his ass still showed up because he was not going to miss an opportunity to sing Nan for the 5 millionth time in his damn life. Okay, I don't know, man, nigga. What? Man, ho. Okay, they get it all the time, but look all the time. One who's put where they might, now. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's still a shit. What you say? Okay, you over there smell like bunk in here and say, nigga, nah, fuck that, no. I love Trina, y'all. Trina me on the song, no. That's still a song, y'all. It don't even matter. Like, they can always end with it. It's still a hit. It don't even matter. To me, anyway. To me. So after it was all over, the next day they at the radio station discussing things, and it's all smiles and happy and all of that. But Trina needs some upfront therapy. So next week, Trina's gonna curse everybody out when they tell her that she need to get her some help. Okay, child, I ain't got time for Trina. We'll talk about it next week. We'll get into all of Trina and her isms and her ignorant shit. But let me tell y'all this, and this is what I've noticed, because I was watching Tommy and Akbar, the conversation shit. I ain't really watch it, but I was listening to it. They didn't talk about shit. They didn't have no conversation. Do you know why? Because Tommy was drunk off her ass. Tommy was drunk off her ass. Tommy was drunk, indignant, and acting crazy. And this is what I need for people to understand. If she was not drunk, that is not appropriate behavior for an adult, for you to be walking around screaming and howling, not listening to people, just screaming things out into the air, pushing people, trying to fight people for no reason. Like, that type of shit is crazy. It is crazy, y'all. I need for people to understand that. So when Trina starts talking crazy to people and screaming and howling and thinking that's okay and nobody checks her, that's a problem. And she's going to continue to act that way because y'all allow it. Joy, you her cousin, and you just sat there and let her bitch you up like that in front of everybody. When at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You're not going to disrespect me. And I'm also not going to let you act like no crazy, out of control person checking me like I'm just going to sit here and deal with that shit. No, bitch, I'm your cousin. I am not a dog for you to kick when you get mad. Who the fuck you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And I was, like, y'all got to get this shit together because this shit is not cool, man. It's not cool for y'all to wild on people and talk to people any kind of way and all of that over the simplest of things, or over somebody expressing to you that they worried about you and you need to get some damn help. Okay? Anyway, so y'all, Princess, do I want to talk about that? No, okay. Let me talk about Amara first. Y'all, Amara tells Bobby, of all people, Amara don't have a lot of friends, and I don't understand why. But Amara tells Bobby she is pregnant. Okay, she's pregnant. And the baby daddy don't know. I'm going to be a mom. Alan doesn't know the relationship, and I know it's going to, fall all on my lap. And I'm like, y'all, when did Amara tell us that she was pregnant? I must have missed it. Because Amara never told us that she was pregnant, y'all. They brought this shit up, and I was like, when did we get the test results? When did somebody tell us about the test results? We know she went to the doctor and said she might be pregnant, but ain't nobody tell us she was pregnant. Like, bitch, when did you get pregnant? Who said that? When did that happen? Who said that? Y'all, I can't stand when shit just be happening and ain't no explanation. And then you talking to Bobby and his lips. Bobby and his lips out of all the people. See, I already know she probably had a miscarriage. I know. I was wondering had she spoke about it. But it was obvious because y'all, Amara doesn't look healthy. Can I say that? Amara doesn't look healthy. I don't know what's going on, but Amara doesn't look like she was fully able. You know what I'm saying? And it upsets me even more because Amara has a whole bunch of selfish people in her life. And that's very upsetting to me that she wanted that baby so bad. And you got a baby daddy that is going to act like a complete asshole if you don't do what he wants you to do, which is move your whole life from Miami to the Dominican Republic, when most people is trying to move the fuck out the Dominican Republic. You want her to move back in and out of Miami. And when she wasn't willing to do that, you was basically like, okay, fuck you then. And y'all still talking, but the situation ain't the same. And we know it's not. Okay. So first of all, you got a man that's not going to put you first, or at least respect you as a businesswoman and as a person that has to make decisions for herself at the end of the day. He acted like a bitch when she told him that she had to leave. So that's a problem. Second, your mama and your daddy. Your mama and your daddy. Your daddy is a fucking leech that's using you to have a comfortable life when he wasn't even there for you. And then when you told him you were going to need help, he tells you he's leaving. I wonder if he left yet. Then you got your mama who wanted you to ask her for permission if you could have a baby. Ask her for permission. And there was a part of me that understood where Mama was coming from, because Mama's gonna be the one responsible for the baby when Amara is working. That's why. That's why she was like, I raised my kids. I did this already. Meaning that if you was gonna have kids, I need for you to be in a situation where it wasn't gonna all be on me. And she know that relationship with Alan ain't about to go nowhere. Like, I'm sorry, but that nigga don't seem like he really in it for Amara. That's not the feel I got it from him at all. I'm sorry. I know she had a eating disorder, and they said she lost a lot of weight for health reasons, but I don't know what's going on with her now. But I'm just saying, like, as I'm seeing her on the show, episode for episode, she just doesn't look healthy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just a little worried. I'm just a little worried. She does look stressed out. And I feel like there are way too many people in her life that stress her out. And I know her mom loves her, and I even understand where her mom is coming from. But Amara is 30 years old and paying for everybody in his house. If Amara wants to have a child, nobody should be doing anything other than supporting Amara in that. And mama, if you don't want to take all the responsibility, then you know what you can do, right? Hire a nanny. Hire a nanny. But stop making issues of things that can be solved easily, causing stress on people's bodies that don't need to be stressed about. Today, y'all, them people fucking fucked up this situation with what time they're supposed to come to my house. I had to calm myself down. I gave myself about a good 2-3 minutes to be annoyed as fuck about that situation. But at the end of the day, it can be handled. At the end of the day, it's gonna get handled. So whatever. No time to waste on being upset. But it be in your body for a second, but you just gotta breathe through that shit until you can, get it out. But she looks fragile. Yes, she looks fragile. And that's why I was just like, I don't know, bro. I felt that something had happened, but I didn't want to speak on it until I had found out. Oh, so she did an interview? Okay. Oh, she ended up being 90 pounds from stressing. Oh my God. That's upsetting. I'm gonna have to go look that up. So y'all, Ray J and Prinky. Ray J and Princess are back this episode because Princess is walking in a Miami Fashion Week fashion show. And, designer comes out and cuts up her bodysuit, and it's really fly. I'm not even going to lie. And Prinky looks beautiful, mind you. Prinky's fine as fuck. Prinky's gorgeous. Prinky cannot walk. I'm so happy she said, I'm going to leave it to the professionals, because I was like, oh, my good girl, I'm so glad you knew. I'm so glad that you were aware. She can't walk. She can't walk. A lot of y'all can't walk. A lot of y'all can't walk. A lot of y'all have what I like to call stank walks. Y'all walk sticking y'all ass out. That's not how it's supposed to go. When you walk, okay, you are supposed to suck. Okay, you're sucking, you're pulling up, you're tucking in your tailbone when you're walking, okay? And there almost needs to be a lean back in the walk, okay? Not a stick your ass out. No, bitch, a tuck. Okay, a tuck, because you need to be erect. Okay? Squeeze the buttocks. Squeeze the glutes. Okay? Tuck, squeeze the glutes. Okay? Not like an over-exaggerated tuck, but not this, because we naturally over-exaggerate the bend in our backs. So don't do that. Okay? Align correctly. Okay? Ciao. But anyway, she looked good. You know what I'm saying? Ray J was out there with the camera and shit. Nori and Neri were there as well. Child, Nori and Neri gonna work on my motherfucking nerves. I'm just saying. We're gonna get to it in a minute. Florence Flo was at the fashion show. Sheila was everybody was at this fashion show. But child, Sheila, oh my God. Y'all, Sheila's ass is out of this world. It is crazy. Okay. Like, woo. But anyway, okay. They were supposed to be in the studio, Flo and Ray J. But they ended up not actually getting in the studio to work on the song. They had never really met, but they were supposed to link up, and it just didn't happen. So now they're going to get in the studio to work on this song. Great. Fine. Okay. Ray J says, I'm ready to dig in. So I'm going to set up studio time. Okay. All right, you be good. All right, say pa, say pa. Passe, okay? Say passe. Okay, I was like, nah, nigga, not say passe. You know what I'm saying? He's so extra. Anyway, so Ray J and Prinky go out and, meet up with Ace and Sheila. He's like, it's real zinny around them. I like that because they real zen. I knew Ace from back in the day when I, he was single. I was married, but he was single, but now we both married, so we can hang together. And Princess feels like we should be hanging with more married people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they out here doing, right? So, child, yeah, he wrote I hit it first. Ray J writes. Anyway, so apparently Princess and Ray J have not talked in 3 days because Princess was coming home one day to find a woman with her titties out in a little ass skirt sitting on her sofa. Okay, don't be having these naked bitches in my house. What is this? And Ray J was like, listen, that was Elvira. Okay, that's Elvira. Everybody knows, like, she gonna come. Like, that's Elvira. Like, what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And Ace was like, respectfully, you was supposed to tell her, ma'am, you gotta turn around. You was supposed to tell her she had to turn around. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sheila says, you know what, Prank, let's go talk. So they go separate. And I'm like, yeah, you really don't tell Elvira to cover her titties up, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't believe that I agree with Ray J on this. But if it's the Elvira that I think we're talking about here, if it's the Elvira that I grew up watching, okay, Macabre with Elvira, nobody's asking Elvira to cover up her titties. So I don't know what prank was on, but also, Ray J, why wouldn't you have a business meeting somewhere else and not at y'all house? You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Okay, you could have gave her a heads up. Sheila takes Princess to the side to give the perspective that Ray has an ego, just like Ace. And you have to understand that when you talk to them a certain way that really goes up against their ego, they get upset about that. They want to lash out instead of listening. So you have to learn how to talk to these niggas so that they will be receptive to what you are saying instead of taking it on the defensive. And I'm like, that is very true. At the end of the day, I mean, if you want to deal with that shit, if you want to be with the nigga Lord, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to speak his language in a way so that he doesn't always get defensive and that he can actually hear you and handle you with the care that you want him to handle you with. But see, these niggas be so on bullshit with their ego that when their women come at them 100%, no chaser, you know what I'm saying, unfiltered, uncut, this is how I'm feeling, nigga. Whenever they women come at them with that, they be all but hurt. Oh, it hurt. And then everybody acts like women are supposed to then like talk soft to a nigga in order for him to understand how he needs to be, better or how he was wrong. And it's kind of like tiring. It's kind of tiring and annoying a bit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Ray can act so low budget. Child, all the time. I Googled her. No threat. Who you Googled? Elvira? Yeah, Elvira came out lesbian anyway, so Prinky shouldn't be worried. Yeah, no, Elvira's old, y'all. Elvira's an old lady. Like, there's really nothing to be worried about at all. What are we talking about here? Marlon comes clean this episode about cheating, you guys. He meets with Debbie, the woman he cheated with. Y'all remember this whole thing with Flo and Marlon and Gael. Gael is, y'all, what the fuck? Are they seriously? Like, get the fuck from in front of my door. Anyway, so he meets up with Debbie because he wants Debbie to stop. I don't know what he wanted from Debbie. To me, it seemed like he was trying to get back in good with Debbie and tell Debbie that he still wanted to fuck with her, but he needed her to shut the fuck up about it to Flo. That's what it felt like he wanted to do because we met up with her. He was trying to kiss her and all of this type of stuff. And it was just kind of like, this is not what I'm here for. She was like, no, because I felt uncomfortable, okay? Because my integrity means something to me. I said, but you let this nigga eat you out on a table. That's what you said. You said that y'all was, just hanging out and, all of a sudden he was eating you out on the table. That's what you said. I mean, we have integrity and we have our moments of weakness. I get that. But ultimately, my good girl, like if you really about your integrity, what are you doing here talking to him? Like, what's the whole point? What was the point of you coming down here? Apparently, she's a massage therapist, so he made an appointment with her as well, talking about he misses her, and then talking about he sent that to assess the situation. Marlon is a lying ass, ignorant ass, slow ass nigga, and Flo is stupid if she continues to allow this nigga to upset her. Girl, he's going to cheat on you. He's going to cheat. That's who he is. He is the type of man that is going to have sex with any and everybody he chooses to. So you and then he like all slow and drunk and shit. Like his energy is so like puffy. Hello, can you react to the situation? I really do feel like she need to just like either accept who he is or go be single, be with somebody else, leave him. But you only have two choices because Marlon is not going to change. Marlon is going to keep cheating on you. Marlon is just a skis. Marlon is a skis, bottom of the barrel type of nigga. And that's just who he is. He's not going to change for anybody. So the only thing you can do is stop fucking with him. Eventually, he'll run out of money. He'll, because he's not, to me, that's not the type of nigga that's going to keep doing well once the woman that basically seems to be having all the businesses in her name leaves the situation. He gonna be down to the liquor store hanging outside trying to holler at people and shit eventually. Like these niggas only be doing as good as the women that stay with them while they go through their bullshit. But everybody don't have to deal with that. If you this upset that you meeting him to fight him and all of that, then you need to just leave him alone because he's not going to change. It's very, very obvious that y'all keep having the same conversation. He's not gonna stop cheating on you because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to stop cheating on you. He wants to be with you and have his family and then fuck on other people when he feel like fucking on other people. And you want to get mad about it every time you find out about it and then make excuses for him, defend him to your sister, and then, get all upset and irate, get yourself upset, and then fuck up your studio time with Ray J, running your mouth about him cheating on you for the umpteenth time. Girl, you look dumb. I'm sorry. Flo looks stupid going into that studio session, Ray J rolling up a blunt, and she's sitting up there telling him this whole Marlon situation with him cheating. And I found him, one time with my sister's friend. And Ray J is like, whoa. He's like, this is getting awkward. Like, Flo, I'm not Dr. Phil. I don't know what to do. I'm just here to lay this track. Like, oh my God. Like, don't act like you don't know about it. Don't act like you don't know about it. If anybody knows about cheating and fighting in a fucking marriage, is you and Prink. So you may not be Dr. Phil, but my nigga, you do know what's going on. And see, he don't want to have that. Men don't want to be honest and tell you that nigga just gonna keep cheating on you because he want to cheat on you. He gonna keep doing what he want to do because he know you're still gonna be there. You ain't gonna go nowhere. And even if you did go somewhere, he just gonna find a younger, stupider person to do that with until he can't do it anymore. Until he's just by himself. And some lonely old fuck nigga with a whole bunch of kids that he's never really there for because he's not emotionally or mentally intelligent. Like I'm sorry, but like, am I the only person that was looking at her like, why is you even wasting your time doing all of this? He not Dr. Phil. She played the fuck out of herself, ruining her session, talking about this nigga cheating on her for the umpteenth time. And then he just admitted the information that she had already gotten from Gael and from Debbie over the phone. Debbie already told you what it was. So he was trying to hurry up and tell her before Debbie called her again, but Debbie had already gave her all of the deets. What else was there to say? The shit has already been spilled. Flo wanted to be the stupid person that believed her husband, who's obviously a liar and a cheater, like, and not even a good liar or a good cheater for that matter. Like, it just made no sense to me. This shit is dumb. Okay, let the man cheat or leave him alone. Pick one. But all of this acting like he's ever gonna be faithful to you or do right by you, girl. He fucked the girl with you standing in the next room. Girl, that's just who that man is. Okay. Anyway, talking about you would be mad if I did the same thing, girl. When I tell you I be fucking any and everybody I wanted to on that nigga. If I was gonna stay married to him, I would be like, okay, we'll stay married. You can pretend like you being faithful, and I'll do the same. Bad marriage for life out this motherfucker. So anyway, let's move on from there. She said that the relationship was a mistake, child. Anyway, let's talk about Sheila and Ace. Because I feel like I ain't really talk about that. So when Sheila was talking to Prinky, she told her about her retreat, right? She has this retreat for Black women. She invites Prinky to the retreat. Prinky's biracial, but she still have Black. She's Black woman. You're invited. Okay. Next episode in the preview, you can see that Princess brings up the retreat, or no, they asked Sheila what she was doing, and she was like, "Child, I'm trying to get everything together for this retreat that we have for Black women." Because Neri asked her about it. She didn't invite her. She didn't bring it up in front of her to say she could not come. But because Princess was going, Princess was like, "Girl, I thought I was gonna save this bathing suit for the retreat." And she was like, "Oh, word." And she was like, "Oh, so what's this retreat about?" And then she was like, "Oh, it's a retreat that I do for Black women." And she was like, "Oh, so basically I can't come." And then ends up getting hurt or getting upset about that because she's not invited, because she's not a Black woman, and Sheila isn't willing to make concessions, because it will make the other women in the room uncomfortable, because Black women often have issues or have some type of weird energy between us and you Latino bitches. Okay, I'm sorry. And then us and white bitches. Okay, we don't really beef too hard with anybody else, but there's a specific issue between Black women and Latino women, Black women and white women, because y'all think if y'all fuck our men, that means y'all are now Black women. And these niggas regurgitate that ignorant ass mindset to you. Neri, you know you're not a Black woman, so no, you're not invited. Why are you upset about that? Why would you, basically try to invite yourself to something that nobody the invitation was not extended? I'm sorry, but y'all asked about it. Just because you can't come to something doesn't mean we can't talk about it in front of you. The fuck? But they have Black children. So what? Having Black children doesn't make you a Black person. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Child, that made me so mad when he said you're with a Black man and you have Black children. So what does that mean? You have Black kids. So what does that mean? You are not a Black woman. You are still a Latino woman, a white woman, a whatever woman with children with a Black man. That does not make you Black. And that's a part of the problem. And that's why Sheila has a retreat that is only for Black women, because nobody else thinks that they can assume your identity or your ethnicity just from fucking with your men. Black women can't become white men because we have babies for white men. Black women can't become Latino without us actually having that history, because we're just going to show up as regular Black. We're not going to show up as Latino. Y'all didn't understand that Amara Negra was Afro-Latina. Y'all didn't even understand that Black people can also be Latina. Y'all don't even understand that. Y'all think y'all going to understand a Black woman saying, because I'm fucking a Mexican man and I have little Mexican babies, that makes me a Mexicana? The fuck? Y'all gonna stop disrespecting us and acting like we crazy. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all are going to stop. This is fascinating. We definitely deserve something that is just for us. Sorry, not sorry. Like, the fuck? Black people already know we ain't included on none of y'all shit. Black people are Black, especially Black women. We already know that we in our box by ourselves. We already know. We don't expect it to get, invited to y'all shit and labeled, what y'all are. No, we know we always gonna be Black women, no matter who we have kids with, who we lay down and have sex with, or how bad our wigs are, or how much we try to bleach our skin. We gonna always be Black women, and that's what it is. So no, Latino lady, you don't get to fuck a Black man, have Black children, and all of a sudden that makes you a Black woman, because you still don't face the same issues. You still don't face the same prejudices that Black women do. Light complected Black women or dark skinned complected Black women. You still, even in our culture, you are put on some type of fucking pedestal because you speak Spanish versus the rest of us that speak English. But then y'all notice that same pedestal is not extended to Amara, who speaks the shit just as much as you do. And it's because things may, but it ain't. Okay, no, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. You not black. It's not the same. You not black. It's not the same. Like, no, no, no. Go to hell. No, I can't be a white woman because I want to. Y'all know how many times I've wished that I woke up as a white woman on Christmas just for a day. Just for a day, not for a whole year, just for a day. I can't do that. So you don't get to be me because it's convenient and cool and fun and you like our men. Because our men are the most attractive. Like, that's really what it be. But anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Hold up, y'all, hold up. Whoo, y'all, sorry, business stuff. Anyway, so wrap it all up. Let's go through these comments and see what y'all are saying. Sometimes I do check the other box on a race application. Did anyone check me or had the balls to say something in it or correct it? Black women birth those black men. Like, what are you talking about? Right. I know some Mexican or Latino women who think they go through a real struggle too. This can be a divisive conversation. Everybody goes through a struggle. Everybody goes through a struggle. Everybody goes through a struggle. Like, everybody, especially women of color, especially women, period. We all go through a struggle, but there's levels to this shit. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the struggles are. You're still not black. That's all we're talking about. It's not the oppression Olympics. It's not my life is harder than yours. It's you're not black, so you can't claim to be just because you've had children with a black man. It's the racism of it all that allows you to feel like you can replace us just because you've decided to fuck our men. The fuck? I don't know. I might. And no one apologizes to us for it. Black men let every type of non-black woman infiltrate our space. So yes, I agree with Sheila. Absolutely. True. But I figure since they are both women of color who get along well and the stereotype is we don't know how to get along with each other, use this positive women's empowerment moment. Brittany, I understand all of that, but everything ain't for that. Everything ain't for that. And what Sheila is saying is that those women are paying for a retreat where they're only going to be around black women. They're not paying for a retreat to have a come to Jesus moment with Latino women, because at the end of the day, it'll end up making it about everybody but black women. And that's not what this is for. That's not what this is for. The conversation will then change because somebody who is not supposed to be there based off of the criteria of what it takes to be in the room in the first place. Like, I get all of that. If it was just a regular women's empowerment, then we would be having a different conversation. But this is specifically for black women. Specifically, that conversation can be had at another time. They do struggle and they deserve a space to discuss that amongst themselves. Exactly. Just like we deserve a space to discuss it amongst ourselves. Nori is not black. And why is that? Why is this man right here not black? Tell me. I don't think she thinks she's African American, but I'm sure she still considers herself a woman of color. Absolutely. But this is specifically for African American women, not women of color. Because women of color, yes, we may have, issues alike, but black women have issues that are different from Asian women, that are different from Latino women, that are different from white women. Everybody has their issues, and they deserve a space to be able to discuss that fully in a comfortable space without feeling like they always need to be inclusive of somebody else, because we do not need to always be inclusive of somebody else. I'm sorry. Not every space needs to be for everybody. And if somebody says, I'm creating a space for black women exclusively, if I'm creating a space for white women exclusively, y'all are allowed to do that, because white people are allowed to do it all the time. And they don't have to put parameters on it, but they sure do raise a whole bunch of bars and shit to put in place to make it harder for anybody else to get into those spaces. And I'm sure that there are Mexican people that have they shit and Asian people that have they shit. But whenever black people have something that's just for us, then all of a sudden we need to be inclusive of everybody. No. We can have things for everybody, and then we can have things that are just for us. I'm going to watch Gang People Play season 2. Actually, yes, I am. Jeannie Mai about to be super, not super black. Child. I have a Mexican friend who understands. That's lovely. For us, by us. It's always nice when you have friends that aren't black that get it, because even your black friends don't get it all the time. Jeannie Mai is about to be super black. Watch when she have that baby child. She'll still be a Asian lady. My thing, everyone want to be black or seen as black when it's convenient for them. Right. Not when it's time to pick up the load of what's being black. But we don't know that. That is an assumption of what might happen. I get that, Brittany. I understand your point, but you do understand that it doesn't matter. Like, this is not a space for somebody that isn't black. I'm sorry. Like, I know that might upset y'all, but it shouldn't. It should not upset you that somebody says, I have a space for black women and I want it to be only for black women. So no, somebody else who is not considered a black woman is not invited. And that is to protect the energy that is supposed to be present. If all of, like I said, you want to dispute this part, what might happen? Yeah, but what did happen is everybody paid to be at a retreat for black women, period. Sometimes we don't invite on Juneteenth things and she gets it. She knows it's our space. Like, why is that hard? Child, Jeannie Mai ain't never been no black girl trapped in no Asian girl body. She is a Asian woman. Let that be that. Do Asian women have discrimination against their hair like us? We can't even wear our natural hair because of discrimination. Our struggles are different from them. They are. Our struggles are different. Nori's father is a black man. Child, Nori is a black man. I don't understand why anybody would want to dispute that. No. See, y'all are saying Nori is half black and half Puerto Rican. He's black. But really, what we need to start saying is somebody is half African American and half Puerto Rican, because you can be black and be Puerto Rican, just so we're clear. To be honest, some people don't know that people can be Latino and black. Yes, absolutely. And that's weird that y'all don't know that. They're called the islands people. They're called Brazil. Even some places in Mexico. I think as a Mexican and black woman, I've had to acknowledge I will never fully be black or totally relate to black women and sometimes Mexicans. And I think there are spaces where you can absolutely, like, nobody's going to keep a half Mexican, half black woman out of a black woman space, because she still has to walk around as a black woman. Like, people will still see you and perceive you as a black woman regardless, because we are the dominant trait. We have the dominant genetics. But at the end of the day, like, Neri doesn't identify as a black woman in any capacity. She's not mixed. She is a Latino woman that identifies as solely Latina. Will you be watching Queens? Yes, I will be. Thank you for the super chat, K&K. Her reasoning is, I'm from the Bay. That doesn't mean anything, bruh. He is so black Puerto Rican. Do y'all understand race and ethnicity? Yeah, there's a difference, y'all. He's black, but they're from Puerto Rico. There are black people in Puerto Rico. Just like there are black people in America and there are white Americans, there are black Puerto Ricans, there are white Puerto Ricans, there are mixed Puerto Ricans. The fact that we're having a dispute about this, exactly what would have happened, it would have been focused on others and not us. Exactly. And I don't care how you slice it, that's the way these conversations normally go. Puerto Rican isn't a race. He's Afro-Latina, he's a black man that speaks Spanish. Exactly. Facts, child. You are included, child. Okay, listen. The audacity of Nori's wife to feel as if she can be included in a black woman's space pisses me off. Yeah, the fact that she got upset about it is what made me mad. Like, you don't get to be upset about that. Yeah, we're not keeping tabs on who is what who, but I get Sheila's point. I would say the same. Like, yeah, Nori is black, but he also makes it a point to say he's Latino as well. He does. And I'm sure he made it a point to impregnate and be with and marry a woman that looked like her and not like her. I'm sure he made it a point. So at the end of the day, that's you and your Latina wife, and y'all can be where y'all are. I can't stand when people get upset that they don't get to be in black spaces when people are like, that's what, like in porn, like it pisses me off. I wanted to have black porn. I didn't want biracial porn. I wanted ebony. I wanted black porn. I don't want any white people in my black porn. Black porn doesn't need to be inclusive. Leave me alone. I feel like mixed people can absolutely have their own identity, but I also feel like the way the system of racism is set up and the way people, I think it's also about the way people see you. Like, you can't get away from the fact that how people view you is a part of your identity in this society. That's just what it is. I think she was probably more hurt than pissed. She can be hurt, she can be pissed, she can be whatever she wants to be. She's not black, and that's all it is. Y'all gonna learn to stop feeling so bad for people, because at the end of the day, that's the problem. I feel like with black people right now, I always want to feel bad for everybody but your own fucking people. Feel bad for the women that would have felt a way about showing up to something that was supposed to be only black women and another woman is in the space. Right. Sheila isn't passing, so that argument doesn't work. She's not passing at all. Like, she's not passing at all. That's why I said, like, there's a difference. Like, she's not going to ever not be considered a black woman. She's not going to ever not be considered a black woman, y'all. Like, it doesn't matter. As an Afro-Latina, I identify as African-American because of my skin. You're black. That's where the whole race thing comes from. Mixed people pick and choose when they want to be black, when they want to be mixed. I think some of them don't really have a choice. I think a fact is I'm mixed, but the truth of the matter is the world sees me as black. It ain't really really picking and choosing. It's unless you a Drake and you get to slide in and out, you get to pass. But unless you pass, it ain't really no slick shit going on. Like, you still seen for what you seen for. I think mixed people should identify with both races, not just one. I agree. But it's hard to identify and have love for two opposing ideals in a way, because that's what they created. Just because I feel bad for one doesn't mean I don't feel bad for other. I feel that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we too damn inclusive, y'all. It's a problem. It's okay for us to just like us sometimes and just want to be around us sometimes. We should still have love and respect for other people, respect other people for their differences. But at the end of the day, like, it is not a bad thing to be comfortable around people who look like you and who have a similar experience as you, especially in a society that is racist. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's what it is. Everybody should be able to be in their little groups, come together and be together when they want to be together, and then go back to their little group when they feel like it. Like, there should definitely be a space for that. And it's not about and I feel like people try to use racism and segregation. They'll try to use times where white people kept black people out. I'm like, that's so different. That shit was so different. Like, y'all made it so that black people didn't have spaces, and then you kept them out of your spaces. And then when they created their own spaces, you burnt them down and shit. So, there's a difference. But everybody loves to throw out the little part that makes their argument sound good. Yes, it must be hard for biracials to identify with both races when they are forced to choose one. Yeah, it must be. I mean, it must be hard to identify with white people when the only thing about being white is looking white. I'm sorry, but that's the only thing about being white. White is looking white. That's the only thing that it is. Unless you're talking about Italian or Russian or some type of like real ethnicity or history tied to it, it is just white. It is just how you look. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because if you don't look white, then you're not white. And that's just what it is. Even if you are half somebody, if you don't show up in the world as white, you're not white. And that's just what it is. And y'all know what I mean. Not you white girls that get tans. I'm talking about, biracial people. Like that's all white is, y'all. It is looking Caucasian. That's all it really is. Being black is a whole nother set of things. Because you can actually be black and look white. Like genetically. Genetically. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a weird thing, y'all. Race has created such a weird thing. And I feel like black women specifically need spaces that are only catered to them sometimes. And that's okay for us to have that. Because there are times when we are, explicably, sent off, kept out. But y'all, I gotta go because I have a lash appointment in like 10 minutes. So I love you guys, and you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'll probably come back for a BondyBlue show after I get my lashes done. So, look for me around 4. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.